Okay, it's time now for Media Watch with Emma James, who joins me here on my left on set. And Emma, you've been looking at how Tuesday's terror attack in Lower Manhattan is being reflected online. Many are pushing the message that the Big Apple is not going to be intimidated by terrorism.
Yes, absolutely. It's a message that we're hearing loud and clear. In fact, we started to hear it as early as just a few hours after the attack, when the New York mayor and the New York governor spoke out saying that New York would not be bowed by terrorism and nothing would change their way of life. This cartoon really sums up the story, if you like. It's rather bleak, but a little optimistic too. It's a cycle path with the words Islamic State written on it, but as you can see, the people who have taken to the cycle path with their tyre tracks are basically obliterating that mark, and that is the idea. Life back to normal in New York will wipe away the stain of this terror attack. Now, Bill de Blasio, the New York mayor, has taken to Twitter a great deal to spread his messages, including this one saying that the Halloween parades went on last night. Today, people went to work and children went to school. The marathon will go on because, of course, that's due to take place in New York on Sunday, under heightened security, obviously. But what he says there is, we will not be changed. The commissioner of the New York Police Department has been tweeting too, saying that New Yorkers are resilient and won't be deterred. These images, of course, from last night's Halloween celebrations show the throngs of people gathered there. As you can see as well, a very heavy police presence too. But what he says here is, thank you for showing the world who we are. Now, somebody who's been considerably less positive in his response is the US President Donald Trump. He's been tweeting repeatedly about events in New York and also the response that the US should have to it. He says being politically correct is fine, but not for this. As you can see from this tweet, he's talking about stepping up the extreme vetting program, or what many people refer to as the Muslim ban. The Washington Post is among those pointing out just how different his response has been to this tragedy when you compare it with the shootings in Las Vegas. 58 people died there, hundreds were injured, yet he was much slower to react. And when he did so, his words were much less strong. There was no real promise of policy change. And what the Washington Post says is that October was bookended by tragedy, but that the reactions are worlds apart. It basically boils down to this. They end the piece by saying, for Trump, Islamic extremism is a threat that must be addressed. Mass shootings are just a thing that happens.
Okay, Emma, let's move on now to France. And the satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo has just published its current front page, and it's raised more than a few eyebrows. Why is that?
Yes, very much so. Charlie Hebdo, of course, is renowned for being satirical, for pushing the boundaries. Before I show you the front page, let me give you a little bit of background. This is Tariq Ramadan. He is a renowned Islamic scholar and professor at Oxford University. Interestingly, though, much more controversial figure here in France, where he's seen as being much more moderate in public and hardline behind closed doors. He has become yet more controversial because he is now facing 2 rape accusations here in France. It started out in the wake of the Harvey Weinstein scandal, where Henda Ayari tweeted with the hashtag balance ton porc, squeal on your pig, that these allegations that he had attacked her. She went on in interviews to say that he choked her so hard she thought she was going to die. He slapped her because she resisted, and he raped her, according to her version of events. Now, since then, another woman has come forward. There have been more allegations from another woman who's yet to actually file an official complaint. How has Charlie Hebdo handled the story? Well, not sensitively, as you might imagine, and if you're easily shocked, you might want to turn away. Certainly cover the eyes of any children in the room, because this is their front page today. Tariq Ramadan's defence: I am the 6th pillar of Islam. It is extremely controversial, more than a little risque. Of course, the 5 pillars of Islam are the things that you are supposed to go through, the obligations to live a good Muslim life.
This maybe isn't one of them.
No, absolutely not. A lot of people upset that basically Charlie Hebdo has dragged religion into it, but this person says, unsurprising really, he can't see the link between alleged rape and Islam. He says Charlie Hebdo is staying true to itself, not funny, vulgar and repugnant. However, lots of other people taking it slightly differently. This person saying that there seem to be more people shocked by the front page of Charlie Hebdo than there are people shocked by the allegations faced by Tariq Ramadan.
Okay, Emma James with MediaWatch. Thank you very much.